Alrighty, welcome to another episode of Life and Whiskey. As always, I'm Jordan, and as you can tell, my voice is kind of shot. If you've been watching on Rumble, no, not Rumble, Bitchute, the last video just dropped like a week ago, and I didn't put out a video Wednesday because I don't have any more videos. Right now it is early June 2022, and I got a ton of whiskey that I need to review, and I have not been able to review because I got sick back in mid-April. And man, I'm still fighting it. I'm still hacking. You'll probably hear me hack a time or two during this video. And so I apologize, but I have not been able to do a review in 2 or 3 months now. And so I got 20 some odd bottles of whiskey here that I need to review. And so this is my first video that I've made in 2 or 3 months. My palate, I have not drank hardly anything over that course of time. So my palate is very acute to the different tastes and alcohol and stuff. So things are probably going to present slightly different than if I had been drinking more often. But all that aside, I apologize for not uploading videos here the last, because I normally upload Wednesday and Saturday, so I've missed a week here now. But this video will drop, and this will be my first one here. Recently went on a trip over to Yellowstone for kind of the opening week of Yellowstone. Saw my first grizzly bear. That was kind of awesome. I spent a summer in Alaska. I used to live over in Whitefish, Montana. Archery hunted there. Hunted in the backcountry around Yellowstone. Been all over the place. Hung out in lots of grizz country. I had never seen one, which, when I was in the grizz country was a good thing. I was okay with not seeing one, but I always kind of wanted to see one. So in the park, finally saw one. That was pretty cool. And then we went down to Pinedale for a couple of days because we've never been to Pinedale. And man, that's a pretty decent place over there. So we just had a nice family trip for about a week. Did a big roundabout, and that was good. So that also kind of played into not being able to make videos and do stuff like that. So apologize for my voice. I do not have it back. I've had some sort of laryngitis now for 2 months, and if you need to lose some weight, I highly recommend getting sick because I've dropped 17 pounds in the last 2 months. So there's that as well. But we're going to look at Rebel 100, which used to be Rebel Yell. I believe I did the 80 proof. If you go back and look through like one of my most early videos, I did Rebel Yell, and I think that was an 80 proof version. This is Rebel 100. They're 100 proof or 50% ABV. I picked this up on our travels here recently. I picked it up for... Sorry, I probably should have brought this up ahead of time. I picked this up for $19.79, so still under $20. When we were over in over in Pinedale. It's a product by Luxco. You know what? I remember the 80 was, I liked it reasonably well. It was a pretty decent bourbon. Let's give this 100 proofer a go. It's bourbon. I got a lot of bourbon here. Man, most of what I got are bourbons. I do have a couple scotches coming up. I got about 20 bottles, stretching all the way back to, in March. We picked up some bottles over in South Dakota. And then in April, when I got sick, we went on a road trip down to Cheyenne, which supposedly has, there's a liquor store down there that has supposedly the best selection of whiskey in Wyoming. Picked up a couple bottles there, and then on our travels here on our most recent trip, picked up a couple more bottles. So I got all these bottles to review. I got a Baker's, I got a Kentucky Owl, I got a couple different 1792s, bottled and bond, a full proof, some single barrels. I got a Kentucky Spirit. I got the new version of the Old Forester 1910, the new bottle, and I'm going to do a head-to-head comparison of the new versus the old. I got a Pendleton 1910 rye. I got a Templeton rye. which is a special limited bottling 2019. It's a barrel strength Templeton rye. I got a special release Wyoming Kilchoman Scotch. I mean, I got all kinds of good stuff coming up. So the next reviews coming forward will be great. I just wanted this to open up a little bit in the glass, so that's why I was talking. Very floral on the nose. Very floral. Ethanol, a little bit of cherry blossom in there. Pick up a little vanilla, but mostly floral. Very, very floral. Maybe a touch of brown sugar. Now, I do have to say, being sick, I had a cough, I had stuffed up sinuses and whatever else, but I never lost. It wasn't COVID. I didn't test positive for that at all. I think it's just the crud, man. It's one of those things that just hangs on. But I never lost my sense of taste or smell, other than when I had my sinuses all clogged up and stuff. Obviously you don't taste as well, but I never lost my sense of smell or anything like that this go around. So that is not affected that's not affected currently. So what I am smelling and tasting seems on par with normal. Like I said, my sense of taste and smell are kind of heightened, just because I've been away from whiskey a lot. Very nice nose, very floral. It almost is so floral that it almost dips into an MGP type rye. Not that you get the black licorice or any of that, but that you get that floral, almost eucalyptus. It almost has a Buffalo Trace floral note to it, but very nice. On the taste, you get that floral forward. You also get a bit of an ethanol forward. And those two kind of come together with a slight bitiness. But then it moves into a very heavy floral, a very heavy cherry. And then it goes into a fruit cherry and then into a medicinal cherry cough syrup kind of a finish. Slight bit of brown sugar on the back end. No real barrel impact on that first sip. No tannic stuff, no char, no grain. Just all very nice, light, floral, fruity notes, light fruits. So if that's the type of bourbon, so if you're into like Four Roses, Buffalo Trace, what else presents that way? Some of the Wild Turkey and Russell's products, although those have more of a cinnamon and a barrel impact on them. But those nice floral, fruity notes, if you're into that, this is a contender for a low dollar whiskey where you're not breaking the bank on anything, but you get a lot of really nice notes and a pretty high proof. But yeah, under $20 and 100 proof, it's great. Nose didn't change. Second sip, ethanol ding dropped down. You get a bunch of corn in there now. That ethanol is still picking up in the middle, but it's not as bitey and sharp. Moves into a nice floral bit on the tail end into that cherry. That cherry's hanging on, mixed with some brown sugar in there this time. And that's how it's going to finish. Brown sugar and cherry. A little bit of proof in there. I guess you could call a little bit of black pepper on the finish if you want. It's really nice. I like it. I like it quite a bit. I highly recommend it. The Rebel products, I think it's no longer Rebel Yellow. I think it's Rebel is what I think they changed that to. Again, I don't ever research this stuff. I just want to tell you the tasting notes, the prices, and the nosing notes and see if you want it or not. If you want any of the background on it, there's tons of other videos on YouTube and BitChute that talk about the background, and they talk about the distilleries and all the other information, which as a whiskey nerd, I do appreciate all that stuff, but that's not what I'm trying to do here. And so I just want to give you the quick and dirty on the bottle itself. What did I say I paid for this? $19.79 is what I paid for it. Go ahead and drop in the comments down below what you can find a bottle of Rebel 100 for in your area. any other comments you have. And as always, if you don't mind, like, comment, subscribe. Check me out on BitchUte. Like I said, I do have a Rumble account. I just have not put any videos up on it yet. Got a lot going on in life right now, and I'm sure you guys do too. I will throw this out as a cautionary tale. Inflation's through the roof, supply chains busted beyond recognition, and going into fall, supplies are going to be hard to get, corn and whatever else. So distilled products are going to probably start bumping up, and whiskey in particular, there's a barrel shortage right now, which means that not only now, but going into the future, however long aged products typically go for, all those products are going to be a lot harder to find, and in more limited supply, and therefore the prices are going to be a lot higher. So if you were like-minded like myself, if you like something in particular, go out and buy a couple bottles of it. If you're looking for new stuff, go out and buy some bottles of it. The bottom line is, if you're a fan of whiskey and you want to have some, especially for a reasonable price, go out and buy some now, because it's not getting any cheaper, and it's certainly going to become more scarce going forward. So some things to think about. Anyways, hope you and yours are keeping good and doing everything you can to fight the evil of the world, and having a whiskey or enjoying a whiskey while you do it. You guys have yourselves a great day. Thanks for watching, as always, and we'll catch you in the next video.